Welcome back. Today, I'm going to teach you how to build a wicking bed. So here we have the materials I'll be using. An upcycled pallet, 2 builder's tubs that I got for $20 each from Bunnings, some fly wire, a reciprocating saw, a drill, an impact driver, some wire cutters, some screws, a piece of poly tubing, and a knife. You'll also need 4 plastic pots. So to start with, I'm going to cut my pallet down the center so it fits into the bottom of my tubs. Woo. Video evidence of me doing housework. The moment of truth. Nice. Now I'm going to cut the wire so that it's slightly larger than the base. Safety first, guys. The purpose of the wire is to stop the organic matter on top from falling into the water reservoir underneath. We'll just screw the corners and some center screws to keep the wire from lifting. Now we're going to cut the holes for the wicks and the plastic pots. As usual, guys, safety first. Now I'm just going to cut some holes in the pots and drill some holes so the water can soak into the wick, as well as drill some holes into the base that I'm using as a wick as well, so that the capillary action can draw the water in and up. Now let's see how they fit in our builder's tub. Now we're going to cut a hole for our overflow. I'm using a hole saw the same size as my poly pipe, so it's nice and snug, and you want to put it just below where your bottom medium meets your dirt. We're just going to cut 2 roughly 50mm pieces for the overflow pipe. I'm going to wire some mesh over the end of the overflow pipe so that no mosquitoes can breed inside the tub. Okay, now we'll just slide this into place. And the wire should stop it from popping out. Now we're going to cut a hole for the watering tube. You want one end to be angled so it doesn't sit flush with the bottom of the tub. And you want the watering tube to be situated on the opposite end to where your overflow tube is going. When that fills with dirt, it'll stay nice and solid. Now all I've got to do is fill them with nice, rich, organic soil. But first, let's have a look at how the wicking bed works. Wicking beds get their name from wicking, or what is scientifically known as capillary action. As you feed the water into the reservoir fills and the water rises through the columns of dirt and into the bottom of your garden bed. The water then becomes available to the plants. Watering in this style is very efficient. It cuts out any evaporation and makes a larger percentage of the water available to the plants. The overflow is to stop the base of the garden from becoming oversaturated. Due to the nature of these beds, they need to be put on a level surface so that the water is evenly distributed. The reason I'm putting them here is because it gets full sun most of the day, but it's underneath the overhang of the roof, so it doesn't get much water. Get off. Throw in any additions you want to make to the bed, like controlled release fertilizer. Now to save even more water, we're going to mulch the top. Now we can fill them up. Using this digital water meter, I can tell you exactly how many liters this bed holds. Go on, go away. Oh, ow. I've grown a floki. Go away, buddy. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. So it holds 24 litres of water. 24. Science break. Wicking beds are an open system. You put water in one end. Wicking or capillary action draws the water up to the plants, where transpiration or the evaporation from the leaves of the plant draw water up through the plant and provide water to the plant for photosynthesis, which is the creation of sugar through sunlight's interaction with water in a molecule called chloroplasts. We could close this system by putting a greenhouse on top, and the only thing that would enter the system would be sunlight. That's the case when you have a terrarium like this. And there you go. That's how you make 2 wicking beds for $40. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Hoochos.